Welcome to OPACs Stink, but you can still use them. In this tutorial, we'll explore a method of searching an OPAC, using its content and structure, so as not to leave us tearing out our hair at the end. First, let's consider why OPACs stink. OPAC contents are classified according to the hierarchical and highly specific Dewey and Library of Congress systems, which predate the digital age. They don't contain keywords or search terms. OPACs aren't structured like websites either. As a matter of fact, the Dewey system, which is used in many OPACs, dates back to 1876. Therefore, OPAC entries aren't accessible to search engines, which use web crawlers and vocabulary lists to compile results, and users aren't likely to match the LC or Dewey subject headings when using an OPAC search function. Finally, bibliographic entries usually lack the tags that search engines like to see. So people get frustrated when they can't use OPACs like Google. They think that OPACs stink. The fact is that the OPAC retains the form of the old card catalog as we've known it forever being since about 1840. At the end of the day, we're using a 19th century tool for the 21st century task of information retrieval. This tool, the OPAC, was created to store, identify, and find things, not information. The key to successfully using an OPAC is to identify the things that contain the relevant information. Look at it this way. We'll think about what an OPAC really is. That's a list of a library's resources arranged by the titles, subjects, and authors or creators of those resources. In other words, an OPAC is a database. We know that a database is a collection of records consisting of information displayed in fields. Information can be retrieved from a database through queries matching the contents of fields. Glom onto that term field because it's going to be very important in a minute. What fields do we find in an OPAC? We find author and title fields, of course, but also subject headings derived from the Dewey and LC systems. So, following along, logically speaking, if a subject heading resides in a field in a database entry, aka a bibliographic record in an OPAC, we can use the subject heading to find other entries or bibliographic records in that OPAC containing that field. So let's try this. We'll search an OPAC by a subject, narrow our search results, explore one of the bibliographic records for subject headings, and select and use a subject heading as a search term. To start the process, we'll pull up the OPAC of the Denver Public Library. That takes us right into a quick search box, so we'll type in a search term. We like the Civil War today, and typing that in, we see some suggestions for keywords. We'll select the first one because it's pretty specific and pretty wordy. And the OPAC returns 2,800 resources matching that particular keyword. We'd like to stick to the subject field, so we'll specify that field for the system. And we like books, so we'll choose the book format. This time we click the search button, wait for the system to work, and the OPAC tells us it has about 2,500 books with contents matching the keyword United States History Civil War. We'd like to use some more limiters, so we'll go over to the left and we'll ask for adult literature and for nonfiction since we're looking for history. That brings us down to 928 books. At this point, we'll start looking for subject subheadings. So we go back to the left, expand the subject list, and find one subheading we like, which is women. We click on that. That returns 16 books, but we're still using a keyword. We're not really sure that we've got the most relevant results because we can't see inside the records, and the keyword is very general and might even return some resources that aren't really meeting our needs. So, knowing that this is a database, we'll go down to a likely book, like Scarlett Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Look at the bibliographic record by clicking on the Full Details button. And voila, we find 5 Dewey subject headings. We like the first one because it's exactly what we need. So we'll highlight that. Do a quick copy. Go back to our search page. Scroll to the search box. Clear it. And paste that Dewey subject heading into the search box. At that point, we can click the search button again. Again, waiting for the system. Now we have 73 books that have in their bibliographic records the Dewey subject heading, U.S. History, Civil War, Women. So let's check the first one to make sure we've done this successfully. Scrolling down. There we go. Okay. U.S. History, Civil War, Women. We found a list of resources that match exactly what we're looking for. So in that way, we've looked inside a bibliographic record in a database using information contained in a field in the database to find the most relevant results. These results have also been cataloged by professional librarians and/or catalogers who were able to look at the resource and assign that Dewey subject heading to that resource. So, let's go back and review what we did. We searched the OPAC by a subject, narrowed the search results, explored a bibliographic record for subject headings, and used a subject heading as a search term. In that way, we prove that OPACs don't stink because when searched properly, they return highly relevant and very useful results. That concludes our tutorial, and we'll end things by giving a special shout out to Gertrude Stein, who said, "There never will be anything more interesting than that American Civil War." Thanks for watching and listening, and happy hunting on the OPAC.